Goresh. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Oh, yeah! Do I sound energetic? Do I sound enthusiastic? The Devils have won their last preseason game. This is Devils After Dark. I'm your host, Sam Wu, here with Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal to recap the game that was, as we're coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios here in beautiful New Jersey and Beverly Hills, California. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network. I'm all energized right now. I'm all pumped up. 5-2.
I'm pumped too, Sam Wu. What's going on? Welcome to Devils After Dark, everybody. Hello on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, Twitch. What is up? We got a Devils victory. We just got a Pete Alonso bomb home run a little bit ago. Woo, baby. Mets up 3-2 right now, feeling good. Devils got a 5-3 victory. I don't think anyone got the score right. I said 3-2. I know we had some 4-1, some 4-2. Sam Wu thought the Bruins were going to win. Oh, Sam Wu. Do you have that clip ready of you saying that?
I was too busy watching Pete Alonso hitting a home run.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fair.
Sorry.
That's fair enough. Well, we'll get to you versus Wu in just a little bit, but let's talk about this game that just happened. Nice win for the Devils in their final preseason contest here, getting tuned up, and a lot of regulars out there. We were wondering who was going to be in the lineup, especially on the defensive side. I know I was wondering about it with Kevin Ball and Simone Nemec still on the team right now, unless I missed a post somewhere. Neither of them got the start. Instead, it was John, don't call me Dan, Isotoner Gloves, lace this out, Marino, Dougie Hamilton, Ryan Graves, Jonas Siegenthaler, Brendan Smith, and Sam Wu's favorite, Damon Severson. And they did a pretty good job chipping in on the offensive side today, especially Mr. Marino and Mr. Hamilton, which we are going to get to in just a little bit. But it's a good game, and there were some things, though, that there were some troubling things. I will say that. Let us know your feedback, what you think on the socials, on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch. But in the first period, one thing I didn't like, Samu, was the Devils gave up some shorthanded opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Twice. They gave up a 2-on-1 shorthanded opportunity, and then another one we had, I can't remember who the Bruin was, that tipped it, kind of ricochet off the boards, past Dougie Hamilton at the point, and was able to get away on a breakaway. And Mackenzie Blackwood, although he fumbled some pucks, he misplayed a couple. There was one where I'm like, just freeze the puck, Mac Black. What do we wait? Just freeze the puck. Why are you putting yourself in danger over here? Freeze the damn puck. He kind of fumbled around a little bit there, but he came out relatively unscathed, only giving up one of the 3 Boston Bruins goals tonight. Jesper Bratt had a nice breakaway on a feed from Haula in the first period that Ullmark was able to stop. I mean, it was a beaut shot, kind of a high backhander, which is it's like an elite level. That's an elite level player. That's something you see from a top line forward. And that's what Jesper Bratt is. And he's going to prove it this year because he's betting on himself. He's betting on Bratt. So good showing there. But the Devils got on the board with the man who is vying for a roster spot. That's right, Alexander Holtz, our stud prospect that we drafted 2 years ago. One year ago?
No, look at the score sheet. I thought that was the cue to do something, but
Oh yeah, well just yeah, it's okay. Yeah, don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I just want to make
Okay,
sure.
don't worry. All right. We
We're in
got
preseason form.
just hang on. I'm gonna set you up, baby. Don't worry. I got you going. I got you over here.
Yeah.
Alexander Holtz, the man who is vying for a spot on this team. We all want to see him up there on that top line, the H2O with Hughes, Holtz, and Palat. It looks good. And boy, did they come through. Jack Hughes, Alexander Holtz, and our good friend. Because we don't have Andreas, don't call me Andre Johnson, Janssen right now on the team. We have John, don't call me Dan, isotoner gloves, laces out, Marino. And Sam Wu, did he factor in on this goal?
Sorry. After all that, I hit the wrong button.
Saturday night up in Boston. Marino at the 50-yard line. Puck is snapped. It's a bootleg. Finds Hughes on a slant. Down the middle. Two Holtz. Watch that Alexander Holtz. Watch that Alexander Holtz. He wanted to score. He got the score. 7-0 Devils.
Woo! All right, there we go. Getting our football calls back up into regular season mode as well. Don't worry, we got another one coming a little later on as well with all three same gentlemen figuring in on the goal. But just like Samu said, Marino brought the puck down deep about to the half boards, and he was able to get it to Alexander Holtz behind the net. And we saw this in an earlier preseason game with Holtz being able to put a beaut of a pass on the stick of Jack Hughes. Well, he did it again from behind the net. Jack Hughes. You know that guy that could score a lot of goals and like is a phenomenal generational player? For some reason or another, the Boston Bruins thought it'd be a good idea to leave him alone in front of the net. And Alexander Holtz showed some maturity in being able to find him and put that puck directly on his stick. Oh, wait. Hang on. I'm thinking about the wrong. Wait, that's the second goal. My bad. This one, Marino brought the puck in, gives it to Holtz, who's coming up the left-hand side, is able to split through the defense, and he was actually trying to get a pass over to Palat, and the puck kind of bounced around a little bit. And where did it end up? Right on, showing his maturity again, Alexander Holtz's stick, who was crashing towards the net. He was following the puck to the net. And it was a good hockey bounce that went his way right on his stick, and he was able to slam it home for his first of the preseason assists going to Jack Hughes and John Marino. Pretty goal right there. In the second period, Pasternak, old Pasta, got the Bruins on the board there. Assist going to Krejci. Power play goal. At least it wasn't a shorthanded goal. But it was a power play goal for the Boston Bruins. And then a little bit later, maybe about 4 minutes later, someone who is also vying for one of these last positions on the team and someone we've been talking about for the past couple weeks, is he going to force the Devils' hand and make them make moves, which they've already started to do by putting Andreas Janssen on waivers, and he cleared, like we talked about in Game Day Live, and he'll be heading to the AHL. But Fabian Zetterlund gets the assist along with Dougie Hamilton, who had himself a game as well. Fabian to Dougie, who kind of gets over there by the half boards on the opposite side of the face-off circle, and he just throws a bad angle shot at the net, kind of around a defenseman, but lo and behold, who's in front of the net? Boy, that'd be Dawson Mercer. And let me tell you, Dawson Mercer got a stick on that bad angle shot, and he deflected it beautifully right through the 5-hole of Ullmark. A great play right in front of the goal, putting the screen on and getting the tip. I love it. Dawson Mercer gets his first of the preseason. Dougie's third assist and Zetterlund's third assist of the preseason as well. That came at 11:44 of the second period. And then we get into the third. And wouldn't you know it, as I jumped the gun a little bit earlier on this one, but it happened again when all three same gentlemen, Jack Hughes, Alexander Holtz, and John, don't call me Dan, Isotonic Gloves, lace this out, Marino Samwu, can you go over this goal, please? Ooh.
Start of the third period. Devils have the puck. Marino with already one touchdown pass. He has the puck. He sends it over to Alexander Holtz. It's a flea flicker. Back to Jack Hughes. He scores! Jack Hughes. Devils up 3-1.
I think that's like 21-7, I think, or something like that, right?
Yeah, we're in preseason, so
We're in preseason.
I'm trying different things. It's preseason.
Okay.
I'm working
preseason.
Yeah. Normally in the
We'll
regular
get it. Don't
season,
worry.
I wouldn't be skipping around with scores and all that stuff, but it's preseason.
That was some new music there as well. That was some new
yeah.
football call music. All right,
Yeah.
we're trying some new things.
I
All right.
lost my voice after those two calls.
Well, as I was a dummy before and I was explaining this one instead of the first goal, this was, like we said, Marino bringing the puck in, getting it behind the net to Alexander Holtz, and again, him showing his maturity and being able to find Jack Hughes, who was left wide open in the front of the net. I'm not sure how you can leave Jack Hughes wide open in front of the net like that. That seems like a New Jersey Devils defensive move from like 2 years ago, to leave like the team's best player wide open in front of the net. But this time it was the Bruins pulling that stunt, and Jack Hughes made them pay the way Jackie Boy can with his third goal of the preseason. Holtz gets his second assist. Marino, that's his third assist of the preseason as well. Really like what we're seeing from John Marino so far. Holtz, every game out there, seems to be getting a little more comfortable, especially with Jack Hughes. Man, they are going to be a dynamic duo together. And then almost about, like a minute or two after that, right around the 3-minute mark, that Jack Hughes goal was 1:30 into the third. And right about 3 minutes, someone on the Bruins defense, I can't remember who, had the old stick failure, where it just kind of, I'm going to snap in half on you right now while you're in the defensive zone and trying to make a play on someone. And let's see how that works out for you. Well, it didn't work out very well for the Boston Bruins because Igor Sharangovich was able to pick that puck up and unassisted basically just walk right into the center ice slot position. And he ripped a wicked snapshot, wrist shot, whatever you want to call it. It was a bad boy that he just put home right there. And man, did that make me feel good. We have seen what Igor Sharangovich can do once he gets his confidence going. But we've seen him take a while to get that confidence. It would really be something if he rolls into the regular season, kind of like how he did last year at the same level where he was about 20 games in, when he really started to pick it up and start to shoot the puck and fire it and not look like he was, like he was nervous. Oh, I got the puck, I got to give it away. This Sharangovich looks a lot more calm. Looks a lot more like he knows what he wants to do with that puck when it gets on his stick. And man, did he bury it. And you know what? We've talked about this. The Devils' scoring hasn't been as awful recently with all these young stars. They've scored some goals. But the timely goals, the ones that really matter, instead of missing the net, which, by the way, Sharangovich did a couple minutes after that, but this time he didn't. He didn't miss the net. He didn't hit the post. How many times have we seen the Devils, in recent years where we think they're like really making a play and they end up hitting the post like 3 times in the third? We're like, well, they were really close. They hit the post a bunch of times. That's a save. That's a save. So this time, and we know it's preseason and everything like that, but this game was actually a little bit more at the old NHL speed, I will say, which was nice to see after watching some of these other preseason games. But Sharangovich buried it. He buried it. And that was a huge goal, putting the Devils up 4-1 at that point, because we know Boston came back and had a major push here at the end of the game, getting 2 goals in about a 3-minute span there at 14-15, and then Bergeron at 17-14 to get the game to 4-3. That fourth goal, instead of hitting the post, instead of missing the net and hitting the glass, Sharangovich buried his opportunity. And even though he let up those 2 goals, there was another 2-on-1 that the Devils gave up, which was almost kind of like a mini breakaway from the faceoff circle. And you know what? Vanacek made that save. We've talked about it. The goaltenders having to make some of those difficult saves. In recent years, we've seen that. It seems like never happen. We can't ever say. We're not Siths, so we won't work in absolutes. All right, Star Wars nerd joke right there for you. But a lot of times the Devils goaltender couldn't make that big save. That time you're like, if they could just, I wish he had that one back. How many times we were saying that in recent years? Wish we had that one back. Wish we had that one back. Well, that 2-on-1, Vanacek made the save. And then you look at Sharangovich putting the Devils up by 4, because the other 2 goals were a little bit tricky. I don't know if you can fault completely Vanacek on the next 2 goals that came, and Boston was putting a push on. The Devils seemed to be kind of, third period, we're up 4-1. They kind of laid back a little bit, They kind of took the foot off the gas, I feel like, a little bit there in the third period, and Boston started to turn it around. But that save, that was the save that we needed in a game. And I know it's preseason, I get it, but, that's the save that's been missing in recent times. That Sharangovich goal, that's the goal that's been missing in recent years. Those are the opportunities that good teams finish on and mediocre teams don't.
Yep.
That's the difference between those couple wins that get you into the playoffs instead of sitting on the outside. That's what we want to see from our team this year. Vanacek, huge save. Sharangovich, huge goal there in the third. Tatar gets his 4th unassisted right at the end of the game. Empty net goal as the Bruins were trying to push it on with a 6-on-5 pulling the goaltender in the final 2 minutes of the game. And the Devils were able to withstand that. And like I said, Tatar goes down and puts it home. Empty netter at what time? 19:42 of the game. Your 3 stars, Hughes, Holtz, Krejci. Shots on goal for the Devils, 27 for the Bruins, 30. We got destroyed in faceoffs tonight by the Bruins. They got quite the they still got quite the centers there down there or up there in Boston. So they destroyed us. They got 74% to 25 on the NHL app. Devils 0 for 2 on the power play, but we didn't give up a shorthanded goal, so you got to say that's a win. Boston 1 for 2, 21 hits for the Devils, 28 for the Bruins, 11 blocks for the Devils. Like to see that. 13 giveaways. Don't like to see that one very much. But overall, not too many penalties or too many men. Severson got a high sticking, but nothing too bad. That first period was pretty good for the Devs. They outshot Boston 15-7. And after that, Boston really kind of turned it on a little bit more. But the Devils took advantage of their opportunities. And the 2 most important of the day was Sharangovich getting that lucky bounce or getting that lucky stick break for, I can't remember, whoever it was on defense for Boston. That stick breaking is just like here's the puck. Here you go. You can have it right here in your offensive zone. Oh, and there's like nobody down here because everyone was shifting up ice. Go and bury it, and he did. That 2-on-1 that Boston had, they wanted to bury that 2-on-1 and get themselves back to 4-2. That would have gave them a huge amount of momentum. And when was that Sharangovich goal again? That was at 2:59.
A couple
And I
minutes
think the
after
Vanacek, the Vanacek maybe save was maybe around 10 minutes or so. They didn't get their second goal then to 14:15. So they would have about 4-ish extra minutes of momentum that they would have been playing with. But Vanacek made the save that we've been looking for. Sharangovich got the goal we've been looking for. And I know it's only preseason. I get it. But this is a lot of what our team is probably going to look like this year out there on the ice tonight. Save for Nico Hischier and, any injuries that maybe come up. It's probably your team going out there. So I was happy with the win. Again, there were some things that I was, maybe still got to work. But again, only preseason. But it was nice to get this victory, and it was nice to get the goal and the save instead of it being a missed opportunity, which we've seen so many times in recent years. And I am hoping, and I know Sam is as well, and I'm sure you are out there in YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Hockey Buzz, Pucks and Pitchforks, wherever the heck you're listening from, okay? I'm sure you're hoping for the same thing. Because burying those opportunities are going to equal Devils wins. Those are W's. That's what winning teams do. Now they got to translate that, of course, to the regular season, which we're very excited to get underway. Next week, it's next Thursday, right, Sam Wu?
Thursday. This upcoming
Next Thursday. Or this Thursday. What am I talking about? This Thursday.
October,
Woo, baby.
October.
Gonna be down there at Chickies and Pete's in Philly, in Philadelphia. Sam Wu's gonna be down there. We're watching the game. Gonna be doing Game Day Live. Gonna be doing Devils After Dark if you happen to be going down for the opener. The season opener, not the home opener, the season opener. Then go hang out with a bunch of other Devils fans at Chickie and Pete's with the great Sam Wu. There will be special guests stopping by. Not going to spoil anything, no spoilers. But if you've watched these podcasts before, you might know who we might be friends with here and there. Ex-alumni of the team and such. We'll just say that. We're not going to give it away just yet. Unless, Sam Wu, you already did. Did you give it away?
I haven't given anything away.
All right. We'll keep it at that.
Guests don't even know that
we'll
they're
keep
coming.
it at that. Wait a minute. They've been reaching out to us to see what we're going on. So, and we're very excited to have some of them back because not only are they Devils alumni and some of our heroes, but they've become our colleagues and our friends in doing this podcast. So we're always excited to hear from them. But Sam will be down there at Chickies and Pete's. And then the home opener on Saturday, American Whiskey Baby, right across from the Rock. We're going to be doing Game Day Live and Devils After Dark there. But that's in the future. Let us know what you think. YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, Twitch, Pucks and Pitchforks, Hockey Buzz. Say hello, say what's up. Slam that like, follow, and subscribe button like you're Cam Jansen. Sam Wu, what did you think of this game?
Number one, my analysis, if anybody cares about my analysis, is that...
Come on. I care, Sam Wu. I care.
Oh, okay. The Devils, the players, the young players are actually backing up what they're saying when they're being interviewed by Amanda Stein or anybody like Alexander Holtz. Time and time again, we've seen bits and pieces since the summer till now. When Alexander Holtz speaks, he backs it up. And his last interview, I forgot who it was, saying that I need to score. The coaches want me to score. And he delivered. He was the first one to score tonight. And the other thing about Alexander Holtz, not only is he a sniper, but I think he's a very underrated passer and playmaker as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because he did get a sweet assist. he's got pretty good vision of the ice behind the net. Granted, he's finding Jack Hughes, but that's twice already he found Jack Hughes coming into the slot area, and Jack Hughes doing what Jack Hughes does best, finding the puck back of the net. Very great, good signs. Sharon Govich, unassisted. Again, we talked about putting teams away. Remember when we were talking about that last season? We were talking Mortal Kombat. You know, you got to go for the jugular. You have to go for the jugular. And the Devils did that, but then they gave up a couple goals afterwards. But they had enough cushion to withstand the pressure from the Boston Bruins. And I think Ryan McGill is having a profound impact with the defense, drawing up the plays, making sure everybody executes. You got to seal the deal. The Devils got the win, got the empty netter in the end. And, you know, it's a work in progress still. We're not Stanley Cup champions. We're not in the playoffs yet. But it's a team that's turning the corner, and the young players are maturing to where they are hockey players. They are professional hockey players right now, and they're still learning. You talk about Vitek Vanacek making the timely saves. Again, would I prefer not to have any shorthanded chances or prefer odd man rushes on the goaltender? Of course. But you can't prevent it all the time. And having that goaltender back there to make the big save is what Scotty said. It's very that's what Martin Brodeur did for 20 whole years, where he always got criticized for not having, 50 saves each game because he was always an efficient goaltender. He never gave up rebounds. But Brodeur had the knack of not seeing a shot for 10 minutes and then turning it on for 2 minutes when the team was peppering him with shots. So, again, it's something positive to build on. I think this was it's more than just a win. The Devils are still on that climb of improvement. And, I would say against the Philadelphia Flyers, unless John Tortorella did something, I think the Devils are going to do well on Thursday if they keep this momentum up. And it's very refreshing to see. But, again, they still have their problems. Shorthanded chances going the other way. Again, the Devils got a little lucky here. They didn't get burnt, but that's a work in progress. Hopefully we see less of that moving forward.
I want to say hi to everyone on the YouTube page over here I'm looking at right now. Little Fireboy, Gravy Train going +4 tonight. Anthony and Steven, Brian and Dan, and oh my goodness, and Kyle. And you know what I've seen from a lot of people on here, and I got to say, I noticed it as well. Christopher, how's it going? Bachagaloop. Jesper Boquist looked like he knew this was his last opportunity to impress some people tonight. Because being down there on that fourth line, he had his skates moving, and he was trying to create some plays. And that's one of Jesper's strong points is his speed. So we've seen him at times use it to his advantage, and we've seen him look lost out there. Is he going to be a scoring machine, or is he going to be a more bottom six type of forward? I think he's going to be a more bottom six type of forward. I think everyone kind of knows that by now, But he did look like he had a fire lit under his butt there, because he knows it's down to the nitty gritty right now, and he knows the situation that the Devils are in. Thomas Tatar was not taking the trip to the AHL. All right, he put 4 goals home in 4 preseason games. Yeah, that's a tough one to, say like, he didn't do a good enough job. So Thomas Tatar wasn't going to take that trip. Mikey McLeod might be a different story, especially if you're going to keep a Jesper Boquist and a Fabian Zetterlund that you compare with a Nathan Bastian on that fourth line.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep Miles Wood, Dawson Mercer, and Halla on your third line. And then you got Sharon Govich, Nico, and Bratt on your second, and the H2O up at the top. I think we're all in agreement we want to see Alexander Holtz make the team. From what he showed tonight, like Sam was just talking about, and like I see so many of you talking about on YouTube Live and Facebook Live, he's getting a groove, and the chemistry is really starting to form with him and Jack Hughes, because I think obviously Jack is a little bit ahead of Alexander, but I think Holtzy has got that elite level talent. Can he put it together at the NHL level? That's going to be the question. But I think he's got the talent for it. And when you have two elite players like that together, boy, can they make some pretty stuff happen on the ice. Yeah. And they're already starting to show that kind of like, and Holtzy had this with who is this center that plays for Detroit? Lucas Raymond in Sweden. You know, when they were together in Sweden, they had that sort of like Patrick Elias and Peter Sikora. They just knew where each other were on the ice. You're starting to kind of see that sort of chemistry form with Holtzy and Hughes. And then you throw a Palat in there who can just balance everything out. You're looking at a pretty lethal combo or lineup there at the top. And man, they're going to be a scoring machine. When Holtz figures out his shot, you know, if he's just working on setting up and making some plays that way right now, but once he gets that shot all figured out and he starts finding those open lanes and everything like that, he is going to be a sniper in this league. And when you have someone like Jack Hughes who can set up and also score, man, I don't know how you can say no to that right now. Last year was a definite he's not ready. This year, he looks like a completely different player. And kudos to Holtzy for putting in the time with Jesper Bratt as well over in Sweden in the offseason, working out, skating, getting the inside scoop about the team and everything. That's someone who wants it. That's what we need on this team. And you now have the leaders with experience, like the Hallas, like the Palats, like the Dougie Hamiltons, even Damon Severson. He's got plenty of experience. Damon knows everything that they shouldn't do. Being on the team the last 8 years, he knows everything that they should not do, you know, when they're out there, okay? These are all good things, resources for these young guys to have. And now you have a Jack Hughes and a Nico Hischier and a Jesper Bratt that can say, hey, Holtzy, I was in your exact same position about 4 or 5 years ago. This is what you shouldn't do. This is what you should do. You want to be an elite star NHL winger? Follow Jack Hughes' cue. Pump up the beefalytics. Start working hard. It doesn't just come to you at the NHL level.
It's great to have players like Bratt and Hughes. Bratt and Hughes.
Oh, yeah.
Struggled early when they were drafted, and you know they have a formula of what it takes to make it, and that's all Alexander Holtz did. Kudos to him taking it seriously, because a lot of these young players, a lot of them come in, they were successful where they were when they were younger. But it takes a different mindset and mentality to get to that next level. And he had some pretty good mentors. I mean, they're still young, Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt, but
think about the amount of experience they already have.
Yeah.
That's the thing about these players coming in at 18 years old and just playing right from the get-go. You're going to be 22, 23 years old, and you already have 5 years experience in the league. You can't buy that type of stuff.
Yep.
You know, it's insane. So all of this stuff is going to work in the positive for the Devils. And it's going to allow Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt and Nico Hischier to become even better leaders at such a young age. And that's why it's also very important for us to wrap up Jesper Bratt to a nice long-term deal after this season. I think he's going to go out there and put on a show.
Yeah.
And you save some money, right? With Janssen going down to the to the AHL, you're already starting to get that cap to go back down a little bit in case they need to make some moves. We're going to see what happens. On the defensive side, I think Nemec's probably end up going down to the AHL level. No need for him to be an extra sitting on the bench up in the stands. I'd rather see him playing and developing. Kevin Ball might make the team. And he might be, pushing Brendan Smith in and out of the lineup. We'll see how it goes. And you also have, I know he's just been one of my favorites. Hoytuk is just a call away as well. So
Agreed.
Any injuries, we got lots of depth all over. Tatar is looking like an extra forward right now. Where you make Boquist your extra forward. I don't know what you're going to decide on doing. But you got depth here all around. Like what I saw from Vanacek. Wish Blackwood was a little bit more in the game there in the first half. Because he did fumble around a couple things. A couple puck freezes that he kind of screwed up. It's like, man, just put your glove over the puck. So we'll see how it goes with him. It's kind of what we've been used to is some days is good, some days is bad. Looking for that consistency.
Well,
Super Dave thinks we're going to make a trade for a proven top 6 goal scorer. I think they're going to let Holtzy see if he can become that. You got Jack Hughes, who was, what was it? He was like a point? He was over a point a game when he was in the lineup. I don't remember the exact number, but he was over a point a game when he was in the lineup. You got Bratt, who broke 70 points on the second line. You got Nico, who broke 60 points over there as well. Sharon Govich may not rack up that amount, but he might put up some big goal totals. May not have as many assists, but he's a sniper. If Bratt and him can find some chemistry, Nico's going to go barreling and crashing in and driving to the net. It could be a really dominant second line as well. Lots of good things for this team. Man, I cannot wait for opening night. Well, regular season hockey. Really got a glimpse of it tonight because those teams, they were flying out there at the NHL level. And it was nice to see. Sam Wu.
Love the speed. Love the game speed.
Love it.
Better than the other night. That dud.
Definitely better than the other
I'll
night.
make better bet stamp predictions. Again, I'm still warming up. Who knows?
So yeah,
You could bet against me. You could have won money tonight.
You could have won money.
Yeah,
that's right. So in our you versus Woo score prediction contest over here, which of course is brought to you by BetStamp, and we're going to be doing that throughout the regular season. Game Day Live, Vinny and Sam are going to be placing their bets on their score predictions, and you can do the same and play along as well, as long as it's legal by you. Because I say that as a California resident, and the online gambling isn't legal out here yet. We still have to drive over to Vegas or one of the casinos around here. But if you can, it'll be a lot of fun. In the you versus Woo, Sam was way off on this one. He should have guessed Samsonite because he was way off on that one. 4-1 Bruins. That's what Sam Wu said. Wow, Sam Wu. No faith in your boys? What's going on over there? Huh?
It's just preseason, Scotty. I was just testing fans. this is the time to do it. Come October 13th at Chickies and Pete's, I'll be on my A game.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I got the Devils' victory correct, but I did not get the score correct. I said 3-2 Devils. We had some 4-1 Devils, some 4-3 Devils, some 4-2. I don't think I saw anyone with a 5-3 prediction in any of the chats. So no one got that one correct, but close. We're close. Whoever had the 4-3, Tatar had to ruin it for you in the last 18 seconds of the game there with that empty netter. I think that was our boy Anthony. Maybe I think he had the 4-3 score, or maybe that was Ramona. I can't remember. In the pregame, we were talking about it. I have to check the chats and see who it was. But whoever had that 4-3, I'd say you win the Price is Right for today with your score prediction. Sam Wu, oh boy, he doesn't even get an OTL. No points. No points for Sam Wu. Not today. So make sure you follow along with us on BetStamp all season long. Sam Wu and Vinny letting it ride every game day live. Place those bets, baby. Maybe we'll see what the Sam Wu BetStamp bank account looks like at the end of the season as well. If it's in the positive or the negative.
Be in the negative, which means everybody else will be on the positive because everyone's going to be betting against me. Oh, Sam's saying that they're winning tonight? Crap. I'll bet against them.
Well, it's going to be a fun regular season. And like we said, we're very, very excited to kick it off on Thursday. Sam Wu's going to be down at Chickies and Pete's in Philadelphia. Going to have some special guests for the Game Day Live, perhaps for Devils After Dark as well. We're hoping for a big Devils victory. And then the regular season at home, American Whiskey, here we come. The bar right across the street from the Prudential Center. Very easy for you to find. We'll be right in the front window there. You can't miss us. Come by, have an adult beverage, have a non-adult beverage, whatever you prefer. Whatever you prefer. I don't drink as many adult beverages these days anymore, but when I go out, I like to have a cocktail or two.
Yeah.
So you can do the same. It is legal in my state to go out and have a drink. Yes, that is legal in California, believe it or not. There's some other fun things legal in California. Wow, that's legal in Jersey now too. There you go.
Yeah.
Maybe we can share a gummy or two. Yeah, there we go. That's a little more up my alley.
Maybe.
Well, I hear the music. There. I must be getting off topic really bad. So Sam was like, better wrap it up. Well, we're excited. We got the big show coming back tomorrow. The Let's Go Devils podcast Sunday night. Myself, Beer Baron, and Short Sky will be along. Sam Wu's going to be at the Mets game.
Well,
fingers crossed.
We hope.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Well, thank all those listening in. See you tomorrow, Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Until next time, let's go Devils.